All right, today we're diving into something that's really shaking up the railway industry. We're talking about the huge shift in how maintenance, repair, and overhaul, or MRO, gets done, moving from old-school methods to smart, integrated digital workflows.
So, what's the big problem we're trying to solve here? Well, it really boils down to just how complex the old ways of doing MRO really are.
Think about it. Piles and piles of paperwork, everything done by hand, different systems that don't talk to each other. It's a recipe for inefficiency. You get delays in getting the right information, and honestly, it creates some pretty significant risks when it comes to compliance.
So to tackle all of this, the industry is making a major move. We're seeing a shift toward a comprehensive, all-in-one digital workflow solution. And what does that look like? It's what we call an end-to-end digital MRO. Basically, it's a single, cloud-based platform that gets rid of all that paperwork. The entire maintenance process, from the moment a work order is created to the final sign-off, becomes one smooth, connected digital operation. Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts of it. At the very heart of this whole system is a component often called the digital exam, or sometimes the exam book.
So what is it? Think of the digital exam as the ultimate digital checklist and record keeper. It's a super organized, comprehensive digital file for every single maintenance task performed on a piece of rolling stock.
And it's structured really logically. You start with the basic info at the top, like the train's ID and the work order. Then you've got a dashboard showing the progress. From there, it breaks the work down into specific system blocks, like brakes or air systems. Inside each of those, you find detailed task lists, spots for digital signatures, and even formal verification statements.
What this does is create this rock-solid chain of accountability that you just can't change. A task gets assigned, the technician does the work, digitally signs off on it, and then the supervisor has to verify and approve it. Every single step is tracked.
And this is where compliance gets really locked in. The system enforces it with these verification statements. So before a technician can say, "Yep, this section is done," they have to formally attest that all tasks were completed correctly and that any outstanding issues have been properly dealt with. There's no skipping steps.
Okay, so we've seen how it works, but what's the payoff? As you can imagine, putting a system like this in place brings some pretty huge and measurable benefits to the operation.
I mean, the contrast is just stark. With the old methods, you're waiting around for data, and audits are a nightmare of chasing paper trails. With the digital workflow, everything is in real time. You can track progress on a live dashboard, and auditing becomes instant and automatic. It's a night and day difference.
So to sum up the main perks, you're slashing administration time, you're seriously boosting the quality of the maintenance itself, you have a complete and permanent audit trail for everything, and, this is a big one, you can finally start making decisions based on actual data. This whole digital shift is about so much more than just being a little more efficient. It's actually redefining the entire future of how these massive assets are managed. It allows for this fundamental change in thinking, moving away from just fixing things when they break to a strategy where you can actually predict issues before they happen, all driven by data. This turns maintenance from just being a cost center into a real strategic part of the operation. And that really leaves us with a critical question for any operation out there to think about. Is your data working for you, or are you just working for your data?